to Leila Land. Thank you very much for stopping by. This time I am doing my May favourites. I am sorry that they're like halfway through the next month again, but what can you do? Again, I asked you all on Twitter. What? Person climbing on the shed roof to smoke a cigarette? Again, I asked you all on Twitter what video you would like to see this week first, and I think it was 60-40, so with 60% of the votes, May favourites won. So these are my May favourites. We've got some beauty stuff, some makeup stuff, some pet stuff, some TV things that I've been watching, so let's just crack on. So first, on my May favourites list, won't shock anybody, it's a Makeup Revolution palette. I know, as if, mental. As soon as I saw a photograph online of this palette, I knew I wanted it. It has some brilliant colours that I think are really cool everyday colours for my skin tone, my hair colour. I just instantly wanted it. Could I find it anywhere? No, because apparently everybody else wanted it as well, which tells me I've chosen a good one. So, I finally, I'm trying to catch an angle that's not going to blind everybody. I finally got my filthy little mitts, and they are filthy, look at all the fingerprints, on the Makeup Revolution Flawless 3 Resurrection palette, and I absolutely love it. Let me just try and hold it so I'm not going to blind you all with the huge mirror that is kind of standard, and my tiny hands. Look at that, the mirror's so big I can't actually cover it up. So, you know, it's just what we've come to expect from Makeup Revolution, is a huge mirror. Absolutely beautiful shades, and I just think it's such an everyday palette. I think there's some palettes that you get that you think, oh, that's nice, but when it actually boils down to it, you probably only use like 3 or 4 colours in it regularly. Whereas this one, they all blend together, they all mix and match really well, they're all, even the lighter colours, really well pigmented. And as I say, it's one you can, and I do use every single day. And there's even some colours that you can build up and use together to use for going out looks as well. So it's not just an everyday daytime palette. You can actually use it for evening looks as well, which I have done a couple of times. And Paul has commented quite a few times when I've used this palette. I mean, he is a good one. I have got the best one, but you know what I mean. So I've been loving that one. I love the copper rose gold packaging. You all know that's kind of my favourite look at the minute. So, and I have so enjoyed it. I kind of think, because I can get very giddy, I don't know if you've noticed, I can get very giddy and very excited over things, and I think, oh, I really want it. And then when I get it, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But I think I hype things up that much that it's difficult to live up to the hype I give things. I'm sorry. I don't mean to, I'm just a very excitable person. But this one has definitely lived up to my hyping it up. Next, sticking with makeup, I've got the Rimmel bronzer. It's just a natural bronzer. I was so impressed with this. I had a bronzer. I can't remember who it was by, but I think I'd had it years, to be honest. And I just didn't feel it was doing anything when I put it on. It was such a sheer colour. Even on my pale skin, it didn't feel like it was doing very much. So I went off looking for a new bronzer, and I saw this one and thought it looked really good, it was alright for the price, and I think because I was wanting to try a new one, having not been very successful with bronzers in the past, I was a bit loath to spend a lot of money, really. So I found this one and I was so impressed with it. I came home, tried it, and was just like, oh, it does something. You can really tell when I've got it on. You can tell it just brightens up my face. It goes really well. If I've not got a tan, it makes me look like I'm a bit healthier. If I have got a tan, it just goes with it and just enhances it a little more. So I'm really impressed with that one, and it has restored my faith in bronzers. So if any of you lot can tell me any other ones to try, maybe a few more higher end ones that I can try and just add to the collection, I am now back on the bronzer train and fully ready to receive recommendations. Thank you very much. So thanks, Rimmel, for giving me some sort of bronzing healthy look, because I don't always have it, I'll be honest. Sticking with makeup again, I've got the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I can't remember where I got this one from. I think it may have come in a glossy box a while back, and I've only just really started getting to grips with doing my brows properly, and this one has been the best one. It actually fills in the gap in my eyebrow properly, and it stays there until I take it off. I can I've got ready this morning, and I know for a fact this will last me right the way through the night. I'm going out with Paul tonight, so it will last me right the way through dinner, right the way through a movie, and it will not budge until I get home and take it off. So I have utter confidence in it. Even if it's rained, it's not moved. So I've really enjoyed this one, and it's really allowing me to sort of experiment and change my look a little bit, and just have a little bit more variation and give me that kind of free reign to just grow them a bit thicker if I want to. So thanks ever so much, Benefit. Sort of sticking with makeup, onto a couple of brushes now. I've been trying to increase my makeup brush collection as I've been getting more into makeup and playing more with different techniques. I've at the same time been trying to incorporate different brushes into that, just to see if it actually does make a difference using the proper brush for the technique you're doing. And I went into Primark and just thought, oh, while I'm in here, they do brushes. So I went and had a look and got the contour brush from the PS range in Primark. It's a really nice fluffy brush, it's really soft. And it's kind of got that angle to it that you want from a contour brush. So it literally just strokes right down your cheekbone and creates that line. And this was, I think, £1, £1.50 at the absolute most, but I'm pretty sure it was £1. Which, when you're trying out things, you can't go wrong. I mean, I'm not a cheap girl by any stretch, but I really begrudge paying a lot of money if I'm then going to go, it's not really for me, and put it to one side. So I've really enjoyed that one, and what I like about this is it's small. I am tiny, I'm only 5 foot tall, so I've got really small features, so I like that it's small because that does fit my cheekbones really, really well. I know some can be a lot bigger and different shapes and things, but this one I've just found absolutely perfect. So I'm so happy that it only cost me £1, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it's absolutely essential in my makeup bag. I like that. Again from the Again from the Primark makeup brush range, I've got the PS highlighter brush. This is the PS Pro range, actually. I know. This was still only about £1. It doesn't mean it was more expensive. So this is a nice silver-handled one, and it's the fanned out highlighter brush, and I love this. Again, because I've got really small features, it just makes it super, super easy to apply highlighter. So literally just a bit of highlighter, and it just fits the tops of my cheeks really well. It's dead easy to go down your nose. It's really easy a shape to fit there, and it's a great shape to fit there as well. So I mean, I can't think of any faults for this at all. I keep saying, I've said this in haul videos, I've said this in other favourites videos, whoever is doing the buying and the product development for Primark, give them a raise and never let them go, because Primark is on form right now. It's brilliant. So I'm loving that one, and again, it just makes it super easy and super quick. I think I used to think, oh, I couldn't be bothered with all those brushes and faffing, but actually it makes it so much quicker because it makes it so much easier. And I don't know what you all think, but I think my makeup looks are getting so much better, and I'm feeling so much more confident in producing different looks and trying different looks. And it really is, 90% of the fact down to the tools I'm using. So again, really, really soft. I like that. Sort of sticking with the brush theme, I've got a brush cleaner. I use the B makeup brush cleaner, and I got this from Superdrug. It's so easy. Sunday night is makeup brush cleaning night, and this has been amazing. Normally what I've done is go in the bathroom, got all my brushes together, run them under water, a little bit of cleanser, ruffled it in, rinsed it till it's clean, pat them, and then leave them to dry overnight. I don't need to do that anymore. How faffy is that now? Hashtag first world problem. So the B makeup brush cleanser, basically spray a couple of pumps onto your brush, wudge your brush around a bit on a towel or some tissue, and just keep doing that until it's clean. To be honest, you don't need much of it. If you've not cleaned them for a while, then obviously it's going to take a bit longer. But if you're regularly cleaning your brushes, you literally just need a couple of pumps and it's clean. You scrub it on your towel or your tissue or whatever you just wudging it about onto, industry term, wudge it about, and it's clean in no time, and they're dry so quickly. It smells really nice, it's really, really gentle on your skin. I have not had one bit of irritation at all since I've been using this. Oh my god, makes it so, so easy. So if you're looking for a makeup brush cleaner that's really good on your skin, really effective at getting rid of all of the makeup and keeping your brushes nice and sanitized, highly recommend this one. As I say, I got this one from Superdrug, so get your backsides down there and pick some of this up. Love it. I like that. Okie dokie, on to skincare now, and the first one might be a bit weird, but you should all know me by now. I get excited at the silliest of things. So, on my favourite this month is the Dove Stick Cream Deodorant. I always use these, and usually I just have the original, the blue cap one. And I saw this and thought, oh, what's that? That's nice and pink. So cute. It's the warm powder scent. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but the scent of it, I think, is why it's on my favourites list. And I kind of had to explain to Paul when I first bought it, and I said, if I keep sniffing my underarms, please don't think I stink. It's actually the opposite, because I keep every now and again, I'll be faffing about with my hands, and I just keep getting a whiff of this, and it smells so nice that I keep having to go, oh, that's me. Oh, that's nice. Honestly. Try living with me, it's a nightmare. I love that one. Sticking with skincare, and this is something I got in last month's glossy box. So I got this at the beginning-ish of May. Dr. Pawpaw Balm. This, from the day I used it, has been a handbag staple of mine. I use it mainly on my lips. My lips can get very, very dry very, very quickly. So I use this. I think I just had it to hand one day, my lips. You know, they get that feeling just before they chap, and they feel really tight and really dry just before they chap. And if you can just get it in time, they tend to not chap. And I think I just had this by the bed and grabbed it and used it, and I have never, ever looked back. The next morning, I woke up and my lips were plumped. They were moisturised, they felt soft and supple, not tight, not dry in the slightest. And I kid you not, I really do think that this has changed the texture of my lips. Honestly, this is amazing. So thank you so much, Dr. Pawpaw. If this is just their standard balm and it's changed my life so much, I can't wait to see what the rest of the products do. So, I urge you, if you haven't got one of these, go and get one. Okay, left on my skincare list is the Zoella Wondrous Whip. Really love the Zoella beauty products. I don't think there's anything like them. They're so, when I say simple, they're not like, you know, your big high-end, flashy, promising you the world products. They're just everyday moisturisers, shower gels, bath creams, hand sanitizers, little body spray, spritz perfumey things, but they're just fabulous. They just work really well. I love this one. It's a really light cream. It goes on really well, it sinks in really well. It's a beautiful light fresh scent, and it lasts really well. That scent lasts really well, and I just really like it. The packaging's so cute as well. I like that. Right, that's everything in makeup and skincare. So I've just got a product for all you pet owners out there. I have 2 Labradors. However, if anybody owns Labradors or has owned Labradors or knows Labradors, you will know that they shed for fun. I have never known an animal shed so much as a Labrador. I went and had a think and thought, right, what did I used to do? Because my horse used to molt for fun as well. When it was molting season, she was ridiculous. I used to use like a rubber brush on her that had like conical, I don't want to say bristles because there weren't that many of them. But yeah, and you used to kind of go around in circles, and it was just amazing at getting all the hair off her. So I went and had a look online, and I have found that Kong, a really well-known dog toy and grooming brand, actually do something called a Zoom Groom. So one, look at his little face there. This is the raspberry version. So it's got a cute little dog face there. It's really easy to hold because it's got the ridges for your fingers, so it's dead easy to hold. And then we've got these, this is what I mean, rubbery. I don't want to say bristles because there's not that many of them, but they're really flexible. They're not sharp at all. It's really, really comfortable. And oh my chocolate. This gets every single hair off both dogs. I can even use it on the rug, and it's amazing. For the sake of a £5, I think it was, this has been such a wonder product for me. I had to include it. And if you've got pets, you need to go and get one. They do them for cats as well, so I've got one on order for our 2 moggies because they're molt for fun as well. Okie dokie, on to things that I've been watching throughout May. So, first of all, I need to talk about Drag Race. It's been one of my favourite programmes for years. I have taken so many of these queens to heart and into my life. I was so excited this year because it's kind of got into the mainstream a lot more. And as an avid LGBTQ plus supporter and ally, finding it so brilliant that these things are becoming mainstream and just not taking it anymore. They're just not living in the shadows anymore. Do you know what I mean? And it's a great thing to live through and to see happen. I saw quite a lot of homophobia growing up, and it was disgusting. I hated it. And I hated that it even existed in the world so much. So it's gorgeous now to see it becoming less, and I think the internet's had a lot to do with it, because I think the internet is a great place where if there's any homophobia, if there's any kind of, you know, bile being directed towards the gay community, then it's so much easier for straight people to go, excuse me, hold on a minute, no, no, no. So I think it's allowed the gay community and the straight community to come together, and for the gay community to see that there are so many people who are allies and who will fight with you, fight for you. And I'd like to think the ignoramuses who are acting homophobic can see that they've got a lot of people behind you, and they're the sort of minority now that need to just go and live in the shadows and just spread their own little hate in their own little corner. The last few weeks have been awesome. I think the final's either this week or next week, but the people that are in the final are just awesome. They're just going to be conquering the world now, and I love it. And I'm so proud of RuPaul and the team who produced RuPaul's Drag Race, and just, it's making me really happy, because the more mainstream that goes, and the more I see posts about it on Facebook, and the more I hear people talk about it in the street, or, you know, people who I'm just chatting to, they know what I mean. Like, when I started watching Drag Race, nobody had a clue what I was talking about, and now all I need to say is Drag Race. I don't need to say RuPaul's Drag Race or anything, and they know what I mean. And I've just been buzzing about that for the last few weeks. So all the way through May, it's just been awesome. It's been absolutely brilliant. And going into Pride Month, which is June, it's just fantastic. I just love it. Another thing I've been watching is the Great British Bake Off. Oh, Paul loves Bake Off, and he's watched it from the beginning, and I think I got into it in about season 5. So if there's ever one that he mentions, and he'll say, oh, such a body made that on Bake Off, and I'm like, what? So for ages I've been meaning to go and find the early seasons of Great British Bake Off, and I actually found them a few weeks ago. So I literally sat there and binged about 4 or 5 seasons. I got up to the season I recognised anyway. Literally in about only a few days. It was hilarious. Like, I'd see Paul every couple of days and be like, oh, I'm on season 2 now. And he'd be like, how? Because I just binge it. I just sit and stare at it. So I got so obsessed with it, and I actually felt really inspired. I mean, I love cooking, I love baking. So I've got my Mary Berry cookbook out, and I've got my Paul Hollywood baking book out, and I've bought some new equipment. So that's been just an obsession of mine throughout May. I've literally just stared at like half a season in a day, and then half a season the next day, and so on until I've just caught up. So I've just been living in baking land for the past few weeks. Honestly, it's been crazy. However, what do you reckon? Should I do some baking tutorials? You might see some baking tutorials coming out of it, you never know. Right, I'm going to get a bit soppy now for my last 2 things that I was loving throughout May. I am part of an Instagram pod. Basically, it's a chat group, but on Instagram. About 15 or 16 of us joined this Instagram pod, which has been affectionately and lovingly dubbed the All Nuggets Gang, because we all love nuggets, but we didn't want to discriminate with only chicken nuggets, so we are the All Nuggets Gang. But honestly, the last few weeks has just been a joy to be a part of the group, because it's full of bloggers. We're all bloggers. Some of us have YouTube channels as well. Some of us do beauty, fashion, travel, loads of different things. But we are all just girls who just genuinely give a damn about each other and love to support each other and love to just build each other up, and it's so nice. It's amazing. Like, I've never ever felt such warmth from a group of people. I've never felt such acceptance from a group of people as I have the blogger and YouTuber communities, but especially my girls on the Nuggets Gang. They're just phenomenal. But it's really turned into a really cool friendship group. Like we all want to meet up, we all want to, like, you know, have little girly sessions together. We all check up on each other. If one of us is having a bad day, you just go straight to your Nuggets gang and just let it out, have a rant, get it off your chest, and I guarantee within seconds there will be a few comments that totally have your back. Nobody says, oh, don't be so stupid, calm down, that's a ridiculous thing to get mad at. Everybody's like, oh, I'm really sorry you feel like that, and we all just cheer each other up. It's beautiful. Just all really get on, and it's brilliant. Doing the blog and doing my YouTube channel and being how I am with myself, I kind of can get quite down on myself, and that voice is always there of, do you really want to click post? Do you really want, is that good enough for people to read, or is that really good enough for people to watch? You know, we've all got that voice inside us, and the girls on the Nugget Gang have helped me so much in spurring me on and making me feel way more confident. And you know, not everything I produce will be perfect, and not everything anybody else produces will be perfect, because none of us are perfect. And I think that's the point. I think that's the point of doing this channel and doing my blog, is that I want to just be me and real and share what I'm doing with you all. And I'm getting such a good response that just carry on doing that, because obviously that's fine. That's great. But on those days where I need a bit of a pick me up, the girls are there. On the days where anyone else needs a pick me up, we're all there. And when we're all being cheerful and we've got something to celebrate, you know, if one of us has had some success on their blog or their channel, or just we're just having a good day and we want to just go, woohoo, I'm having a good day. Everybody is so lovely and supportive and so happy for our successes, and it's just a wonderful thing. So thank you, girls. I love you all to death. And oh, I just love them. The last thing that I've been loving in May was half term. I am that weird mum that was always on the playground sulking on the first day back from half term or the summer holidays. All the other parents would be like, oh God, I'm glad they're going. Just going to have a few hours to myself. I'm shattered. And I'd be like, don't leave me. I hate it when my girls go away from me. I really don't like it. I love having both of my girls at home and around me. I love hanging out with them. Honestly, I don't know how I've got so lucky, but I have ended up with two of the most brilliant human beings that you could ever want to meet. They're funny, they're really kind, they all get on, there's no bickering between them. It's fantastic, and they are so cool to hang out with. They are just fabulous company. So half term was awesome. I was so looking forward to half term, and this half term is the last half term before the big summer holidays. So even when Megan had to go back to school and I was being miserable, it was like, right, but this is like the countdown to the big summer holidays. That's it. So that was my May favourites. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some inspiration. I hope you had some, oh, me too moments. I hope you had some, oh, I'm going to try that moments. Give this one a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Thank you all again for such wonderful comments. I have got the best audience ever. You are all so supportive and so encouraging and so lovely to me. So keep doing it. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. If you are subscribed, thank you so much, and thanks for coming back to me. And I will see you next time.